Okay, let's talk about it. 8 hours on a plane. It can feel like an absolute eternity, right? But what if it's with an airline like Emirates, one that's got this massive reputation for luxury? Well, today, we're going to break down their super popular route from Beijing to Dubai and see if what it's really like lives up to the hype. Let's dive in. I mean, is the service actually as good as everyone says? And can you really be comfortable in an economy seat for that long? We've dug into all the details to find out exactly what you should expect. All right, first things first, let's set the scene. We're talking about the route, the plane, and of course, how much it's going to cost you. So, this flight path connects two gigantic global hubs, Beijing and Dubai, and it stretches for almost 6,000 kilometers. The plane doing all the heavy lifting for this long haul trip is the Boeing 777, which is pretty much the absolute backbone of the Emirates fleet. Okay, let's talk money. For an economy seat, you're looking at somewhere between 500 and 800 euros. And yeah, that's often a little bit more than what other airlines might charge, but that's because Emirates is selling a premium experience. So the big question is, do you actually get what you pay for? You know, the journey really begins long before you even step on the plane. So let's take a look at the whole experience on the ground, starting at Beijing Capital Airport. Beijing's airport is just massive. It's super modern, got all the shops and restaurants you could want, but here's the key thing you need to know: plan ahead. Seriously, security lines can get pretty long, maybe up to 50 minutes if it's busy, but for an airport of its size, it's actually known for being surprisingly efficient. And that efficiency earns it a very solid 8.1 out of 10, a really strong start to the trip. Now, boarding. You'd think getting 350 people onto one plane would be total chaos, right? But Emirates uses a zone system that keeps things moving pretty smoothly. You should expect it to take about 30, maybe 40 minutes, which is pretty standard for a plane this big. It's a well-managed process, and for that, it gets a very respectable 8.3. And now for the main event, what it's actually like being in the air for 8 hours. This is where an airline really shows you what it's made of. We're going to look at comfort, food, and of course, the entertainment. Let's kick things off with some great news, especially for your legs. The seat pitch, which is just the space between your seat and the one in front of you, is 32 inches. In today's world of shrinking economy seats, that's actually really generous. It's a huge plus. But here comes the trade-off. The layout is 3-4-3. That means they've squeezed 10 seats into every row. A lot of airlines do this with the Boeing 777 to get more people on board, but it means the seats in the aisles are just a little bit narrower. And one review really puts it perfectly. The cabin feels slightly tight, especially on longer flights. And that's really the key compromise you're making here in economy. You get great legroom, but you give up a little bit of elbow room. And that exact trade-off brings the comfort score down to a 7.8. It's actually our lowest rating of the entire journey so far, and it's all about that width. All right, let's move on to something Emirates is pretty famous for: the food. This isn't just one sad little meal tray. It's a full two-part service. You get a main meal right after takeoff with a fantastic choice of different cuisines, and then they bring you a lighter meal or a snack before you land. And yep, all the drinks are complimentary. This is a definite highlight for the airline, no question about it. The food and drink service earns a really high score of 8.6. Now, we have to talk about what might be Emirates' single biggest advantage: the entertainment system. Their ICE system is just legendary. I'm talking literally thousands of movies and TV shows, a massive music library, games, all on a really fast, high-def touchscreen. It's always rated as one of the best in the entire industry. I mean, look at that score, a 9.4. It is almost perfect. To put it simply, there is no way you're going to be bored on this flight. So after 8 long hours, the flight is coming to an end. Let's quickly look at the arrival experience in Dubai and then pull it all together for the final verdict. When you land at Dubai International, you're landing in a global mega hub. The place is absolutely enormous, but it runs like a well-oiled machine. Getting through immigration is usually a breeze, like under 35 minutes. And from there, it's super easy to get into the city. This world-class airport experience, this incredible efficiency, lands a stellar 9.2 rating. So let's boil it all down. What's the final verdict? Well, the highlights are impossible to ignore: a truly amazing entertainment system and really high-quality food. And the main weakness? It's just as clear: that tight 10 across seating in economy. And all of that brings our final score to an impressive 8.6 out of 10. Look, Emirates delivers a high-quality, genuinely premium-feeling experience, even if you're in economy. Yeah, it's a little bit compromised by the seat width, but the positives are just overwhelming. So is it worth the premium? If your main goal on a long flight is to be well-fed and brilliantly entertained, then yeah, absolutely. It's an experience built to make those 8 hours just fly by.